Welcome to Van Life with Steve, and thank you for joining me for a look at Elvis Presley's Graceland in Memphis, Tennessee. We'll be going on the Elvis Experience tour in this video, which the ticket, there's a $3 service fee, so the ticket adds up to $80, and parking is an additional $10, so the total cost is $90 as of 2022. Here are some fast facts about Graceland, and before we enter the mansion, basically Graceland was named for the original Graceland Farms owner. He named it for his daughter, Grace, and then her daughter was the one that built the Graceland mansion. And as we go through the tour here, we're only going to look at photos as filming is not allowed. As you first enter the mansion, immediately to the right is the living room. Fantastic looking room, and beyond that is piano room, and the living room is where they held Elvis's funeral. To the left, so across the hall from the living room, is the dining room, which is pretty cool looking there, and reportedly that's still used from time to time. Then you'll walk past down the hall, you'll see the kitchen. As you're seeing during the tour, you're going to walk through hallways and not actually enter any of the rooms. Next, you'll go downstairs, down this really interesting mirrored staircase, and you do not go upstairs as those rooms are still private and close to the public. Staircase is also a good time to check and make sure your hair looks good for any selfies. As you enter the TV room, immediately to the right, you'll see a wet bar. So here's the TV room where Elvis could watch 3 television channels at one time. And I thought the decoration here was very interesting. You also see these bunch of records there to the far left. And you have this mirrored fireplace. And I thought this room was pretty interesting. I've seen where maybe some contemporary views of the mansion weren't very positive, but I really like the decoration. Also in the basement across from the TV room is the billiards room, and I want you to make note of the fabric that's on the ceiling and the walls. It gives it a pretty interesting appearance here, but just pay attention to that fabric. We may see that again. Once you come back upstairs, you get a look at the world-famous jungle room, where according to Mark Cohn, Elvis's ghost still entertains the ladies. But basically, Elvis, he wanted to bring something back from Hawaii after shooting Hawaii Blue, and that's how this room came about. This was an addition to the original mansion. And to the far end there, you'll see a waterfall that's been constructed. I wish I had a little bit better picture of it. Elvis also had the jungle room wired for sound, and he recorded his last 2 studio albums in this room. Following the jungle room, you'll step outside and you can see the rear of the mansion, and then we'll make our way over to Vernon Presley's office. You can see they still have a lot of fan art there, and reportedly Elvis would come here and sit down with his father and actually go through fan mail personally, which that's kind of amazing because I'm sure he got a lot of it. And there they place some, archival footage of Elvis being interviewed, and it was pretty interesting to see. Following the office, you'll exit and go into the carport where they have a mock-up of Elvis's birthplace, which is actually located in Tupelo, Mississippi, which is about 100 miles southeast of Graceland. And then you'll see where he had set up a little shooting range. Next, you'll follow a walkway across the state grounds to head over to the trophy room. And as you walk over there, what was kind of amazing to me is that there are like neighborhoods that were built up around Graceland, and you can just look across the fence and you can see people sitting on their back porch. The trophy room contains family heirlooms such as Elvis's childhood bike. Here's his birth certificate and other keepsakes of the Presley family. Here's Elvis's wallet he had when he passed away. Also, as we look at this check, I want you to make a note in the upper left of the address, and we'll follow up on that in a few minutes here. But yeah, it makes sense that over time they changed out the furniture and decorations and things like that. So the trophy room will show you some different furnishings they had over the years. Here's Elvis's desk that he had in his office. And this is a really nice painting of Elvis. I really liked it. As we make our way over to the racquetball court, you do get a look at the kidney-shaped pool, and you can see the meditation garden there in the distance. The racquetball court also kind of functioned as kind of like a lounge or maybe like a man cave, and I didn't realize Elvis was such a big fan of racquetball. But this piano here is where he reportedly played his last songs, Unchained Melody and Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain. Continuing on to the meditation garden, as you walk over there, you may see some of the rescue horses that Priscilla keeps on the property. The last stop on the tour is going to be the meditation garden, where Elvis is buried along with essentially his entire immediate family. Fans are able to visit the meditation garden before tours start daily. I believe you can visit from 7:30 to 8:30 for free to go and pay your respects, and many of them leave items to celebrate the king. I'd say visiting Graceland is a special experience, and I'm thankful that the public has the opportunity to go and see this place. As you wait on the shuttle to take you back across the street to Elvis Presley's Memphis, this is your opportunity to get your picture in front of the mansion, and I kind of wish I would have fought a little bit harder to get my own selfie in front of there. Elvis Presley's Memphis, which is kind of a newer collection of exhibits that are across the street from the Graceland mansion, and this is where your tour to Graceland actually starts. They put you in a room and get you to watch a film, and then they take you across the street. So when you finish up, they're going to bring you back and drop you off at Presley Motors, where you can check out a vast collection of cars that Elvis had during his lifetime. Before we get to the cars, apparently Elvis had a fascination with, ATV vehicles, so you'll see a few of these also at Presley Motors. And then getting to the cars, this is a great thing to check out if you're any sort of fan of classic cars. Elvis just had an amazing collection. This Mercedes belonged to Priscilla at some point. But the star attraction is going to obviously be his famous 1955 pink Cadillac. I believe it's a Fleetwood. And yeah, this is a great car. It's got a lot of history behind it. Reportedly, he gave this to his mother, but she never had a driver's license, so he continued to drive himself and his bandmates in it. But that's a fabulous car to see in person. I thought this car was interesting. It kind of looks like a pimp mobile that somebody like Nicky Barnes would drive. There are a huge number of vehicles here in Elvis's collection. There's limos, Rolls Royces, just a ton of vehicles. There are also utility vehicles such as golf carts used around the property, and he even has the family tractor, which I thought that was a fun thing to see. Next door to Presley Motors, there's a collection of more personal items from Elvis's life. Here's a TV he shot while watching the singer Robert Goulet, I believe, perform. And remember when I mentioned this check? Here's an older check, and you can see that the address has been changed. The street has been renamed to Elvis Presley Boulevard. And that just must have been a crazy kind of thing to have a street renamed after you during your lifetime. And it just kind of shows just what a massive effect he had on the culture. There's also a section called Icons where they have costumes and memorabilia from other famous performers such as Buddy Holly, James Brown, Jimi Hendrix. I think they have something from Taylor Swift, David Bowie, and various other performers. It was interesting to see. The highlight to me of Elvis Presley's Memphis is going to be the Career Museum, where you can see all of Elvis's gold records and his jumpsuits. Yeah, it was just an amazing thing to see. You could also see like his original recording contract. where he signed with Tom Parker, and knowing what we know now about Tom Parker, that was kind of a fascinating thing to see. Here's a 68 special leather suit. And the thing I didn't realize about his jumpsuits was that they would have like a design motif, and here's one with an eagle on it. But how they have these things stacked up, almost like they're action figures or something, was really amazing. While here, I learned that Elvis amazingly did not read or write sheet music, and that kind of blew my mind. And then I kind of read up a little bit more, and apparently that's somewhat common among superstar artists, like Taylor Swift, Stevie Wonder, the Beatles. None of them actually read or wrote sheet music, and so that just tells you there's some real talent there. Also, I guess I never really thought about it much, but I didn't know Elvis had only ever won 3 Grammy Awards, and it's all for gospel music. Finally, we're going to round the tour out with a visit to the planes, the first of which is the Lisa Marie, which is a customized Convair 880, which Elvis purchased in 1975 for $250,000, and after customizing the plane, the total cost amounted to $600,000. You could see a quick look at the Taking Care of Business and a flash logo there on the tail of the plane. After Elvis customized it to his taste, the plane did seat 29 people with a crew of 4. As you can see inside here, the curtains, they're slightly different design, but they kind of seem similar to the billiards room, and the carpeting and the furnishings, it kind of looks a lot like the jungle room. There's a 24 karat gold belt buckle. But it was kind of amazing. You kind of have to think about, this was in the mid 70s. There's some really lavish amenities in here. Here's the office, and it's, almost like a little bit smaller version of Air Force One. Here are a bunch of different phones. 24 karat gold vent. Here's Elvis's queen size bedroom when he was flying. He has his own TV. The carpeting's turned, they changed it to blue there. He also had a dressing room and a bathroom there. The bathroom for the other passengers is located towards the front of the plane. As you step out of the Lisa Marie, here's the Hound Dog 2, which is a Lockheed Jetstar business jet that Elvis also purchased in 1975 for $900,000. So this one's a lot more expensive than the Lisa Marie. This seats 10 with a crew of 2. That concludes our Elvis Presley Experience tour. Final thoughts. It's something I really enjoyed immensely. I think it is a special thing to be able to do, to go visit, Elvis, someone of his stature, to go visit his home and visit his gravesite, and I'm thankful for that opportunity. I would say if you have any mild interest in Elvis Presley, definitely go and visit. If you're not familiar with Elvis, maybe listen to some of his songs, and if you like them, then go and visit. It's definitely a good experience. I would have liked, it is slightly expensive, at $90 when you include parking. And so maybe I would have liked if they would give you some digital download codes or something for his top hits or something like that. But as someone that I was aware of who Elvis was, but yeah, going there, you feel kind of more of a connection with him. And so now, I have my favorite Elvis song, which is Suspicious Minds. And I also think he, with all due respect to the Righteous Brothers, I think his version of Unchained Melody is probably better. Anyways, if you enjoyed this content, please like. If you want to see more, please subscribe and turn on the bell for notifications. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.